It's a beautiful day here in Sonoma, California, for the Austin Superball Championship round. In the left lane, running the Austin Healey Ted Sheepall. In the right lane, in the 62 Chevy Nova, Glenn, the old-timer Terry. The racers are ready. The tree is lit, and they are on. The race is ahead. But what is this? When Terry pulls ahead, the lead of the mile stretch, and will have enough track to make up any ground. 11:61. The old-timer wins. The old-timer wins. And Terry is the new Austin Superball champion.
You ready?
I'm ready. Where'd I grow up? Oklahoma. During the Depression. Picked cotton, milked cows. One time I was plowing with my grandpa, and I turned the plow over. And he told my mom, he said, "Take that boy to California. He ain't gonna make a farmer." And I got interested in cars, and I went to my first drag race and I was hooked. My first car was a 40 Plymouth. Me and my friend, we molded off the chrome and put fender skirts on it, and white wall tires, put duals on it. So anyway, man, I was king of the school there for a while. And after that, it's just been one car after another. Anyway, these are the cars I ran Super X with. And here me, I was leading in points. And I lost first round. And the guy that's behind me, he had to lose first round for me to win. And he did. And then the other picture, it shows me jumping for joy. Then here's the... I finally ended up with a 50 O's coupe. That sucker was fast. I mean, we went out to the Harvester. I beat guys that had more than I had. So now this was before, I hadn't been to a drag strip yet because they were kind of far away. Kingdon was 80 some miles from the Bay Area. I raced out at the Harvester until 54. Then I went to Lodi. And I raced there with a 48 Pontiac straight 8. I lost first round. That was discouraging. And then it just worked on after that. I'd like to point out this is my first trophy I won at Vacaville, 1957, with a 50 Merc. It was the one I was driving when I met my wife, and she thought I was James Dean. Anyway, it was pretty good. It was like when you win your first trophy, it's like your first kiss. You never forget it.
My only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are...
Kind of asked her, you know, when we got married or before we got married. I just asked her not to make a choice between the two, and she never has. She's loaned me money to buy cars and loaned me money to go to the races. She's been supportive. So I got no complaints there. Yeah. I don't want to condemn my dad, but him and his brothers come Friday night, come in, clean up, go to the bars. Saturday night, the same thing. Then they'd sober up Sunday. Well, my brother, he kind of fell into that with them, but what kept me from doing that, they'd spend, I don't know, $30, $40 a night on drinks and stuff. And I always feared, man, I could get a set of plugs, I could go racing, but drag racing kept me out of the bars. Back then, there was no age limit. Now you got to be 14 to ride. Back then, they didn't have that. And I got pictures of him in the car with me, and all you can see is the top of his head. One time he was standing up in the seat, and I didn't pay attention. Anyway, I nailed it real hard in low gear. He flipped over and went over into the back seat. He wouldn't ride with me for a while, but he's turned out to be a good racer. He's another race. You can't let that interfere with your, I know I can say some of the feeling was there having to run your son, but I've always said, if my mama pulled up next to me, she ain't my mama until we get to the finish line. Then she's my mama. When it came to my racing, I never did get in over my head. I raced what I could afford. I raced more street cars than I did other cars. But there was times when I went ahead and borrowed the money, and I got me a dragster. Then we ran it, but I quit running it because I didn't want to get an NHRA license, because I didn't think that helped you to race, I think me and Ted Seipel, been around the longest and still racing. The medical? My shaking, the only time my shaking really affected me was working on the car, like trying to put a nut on a bolt or a Carter key, or trying to adjust the carburetor, getting the screwdriver in that slot. Stuff like that was aggravating. But after I went to Stanford and they operated on my brain, it worked out all right. And now I've noticed my right hand, it's not as bad, but it's still, I have a hard time adjusting a car or something small like that, getting a screwdriver in the slot to adjust it, because I keep missing it.
Do you think you will ever stop racing?
No, because it's like this weekend. I feel lost. I mean, if I don't go, it's a wasted weekend. What have I done or accomplished or whatever? So, and I like the camaraderie between the racers and myself. You know, they, especially at Sears Point, them guys that race down there Wednesday nights, Sunday, whatever, they always jiving and calling, you know, one another thing, you know. So, and I give them a bad time sometimes. When I do good, I give them a bad time about an 84-year-old man with a 72 Ford beating them. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if I quit. Sit in that chair in there and watch the idiot box. There's nothing else. I mean, I don't fish, don't drink, don't chase girls, don't hunt. All I do is race. Like I say, if I don't race, I feel like I wasted a weekend. I'm Glenn Terry. I've been racing 65 years, and I'm the old timer. Signing off.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.